my parents live in suburbia in San Diego, and how many robots would they want? Well, they would want 4 or 5, right? To do the prep for the cooking, to do the gardening, to all these things, and for those prices, yeah, it beats human labor by a long shot. And I guess makes some more humans, redundant or maybe powerful if they can tell the robots what to do. And so where do you come in with this? Are you in the past, you've talked about this, and have you done X Prizes before as well to promote robotics?
We did an X Prize to promote telepresent robotics, where you are a human driving the robot at a distance. And that was executed and awarded. But I think the current levels of AI have overcome that. It's unlikely you'll have a human mind driving the robot. You'll do that during training of the robot, but at some point, the robot has enough capability, enough knowledge base, having seen every permutation of gardening or every permutation of surgery, or every permutation of cooking and cleaning the house, that it's able to fully autonomously operate on its own. And all you would do is, I hate to use the word prompt here, but it's like, hey, instead of bacon and eggs this morning, can I have my protein shake? And it knows exactly what you mean and how to make it to perfection.
Right. And do you think the shape will become humanoid when in fact it could be so many other things? Or do you think because it's compatible with the current design of the real world, it makes sense to be humanoid?
I've had arguments with my best friends on this on my Shots podcast, and I'm clear that it will be humanoid because it is a little less scary for people versus something with 6 arms or a centaur torso walking down the street. And yes, it can crawl under a desk, and it can reach into a cubbyhole that your hand normally goes into and pull something out. My wife and I were arguing about, I need to replace a very fragile light bulb in the ceiling. And I was like, yeah, but the robot will do that. And she goes, no way. And I was like, yes, it will be able to. And so, it's going to be sequential improvements of how it's eye-hand coordination and the agility and sensitivity of the sensors. But I don't think there's going to be anything that we humans can do that some next generation of robots, is it 10 years from now? Probably, that a robot can't do.
Peter Thiel took $500,000 and turned it into $1 billion using the exact same techniques we're using inside the investment club. He met a CEO, his name was Zuckerberg. He pitched him the deal and he said, okay, I'll give you $500,000. Mark went public and sold the shares to people like you. Well, what happened to Peter? Well, he exited and got a 2,300x return. The wealthy invest in early stage companies, folks. The public markets are for suckers. It's a rigged game. By the way, this happens in crypto as well. It's called pre-sale tokens. This is Solana. Does anybody know this chain? They sold pre-sale tokens for 4 cents. And you can see the date on there, April 5th, 2018. Look at Solana today, folks. That thing's up over 1,000x. The media and Wall Street and all these hype people get you to buy the top. Meanwhile, they put their clients in at the bottom and they use you for liquidity to make their clients rich. You can play this same game. You just have to have the financial education and the deal flow. That's it. Will it have human features and hair and eyes and simulated skin? Or does that make it more creepy or less creepy?
No,
or again,
I think that makes it more creepy and throws it into what's called the uncanny valley. Okay. I think that these robots are not trying to pass themselves off as human.
Okay.
I think they are humanoid in that regard. I mean, guarantee you there will be some generations of robots that aspire to be as human looking as possible, but those will be probably in other industries, whether it's sex working or whether it's acting or whether it's, I can imagine someone in memory care facilities having a robot that looks familiar to them. and having a humanoid covering that looks like their past, spouse or their children would make a connection closer for them. So there will be reasons that you might try and pass yourself off with a neoprene, perfectly shaped face covering, but the majority of robots will be clearly robots and not try and mask that.
Maybe it's organic tissue in the future.
Yeah. Jim Cameron has prepared us for that dystopian future.
Yeah, but then again, it is a weird singularity, and we don't know what we normalize to. So who knows? Maybe in the future, people will get comfortable with it, and they'll just say, "For God's sakes, just give them a face already." But to be seen. I guess that's another real singularity that probably isn't even getting much press right now. Just the fact that we might be surrounded by more robots than humans. That's another thing to deal with.
You used the term correctly, and I just want to take a second to describe that.
Yeah.
Ray Kurzweil famously wrote the book "The Singularity is Near," and then a follow-on called "The Singularity is Nearer." Not the most imaginative title out there, but when you ask what is a singularity, and it borrows the term from physics, where a singularity has this event horizon out of which light cannot escape. And the way people should think about it is there is a moment in time that I can't predict what's next, that the world is moving so rapidly and there's so many more new inventions and so many new interactions and capabilities and adjacent universes or adjacent business ideas, or adjacent technologies that haven't been created yet, but will be created, that it's a effectively singularity. I can't see beyond that moment in time. And there will be a singularity around every field, because, I can give you a pretty good understanding of where health and longevity is going to be over the 5 to 10 year time frame, but I can't tell you 20 years out. AI, I don't think I can tell you more than 3 years out. Robotics, probably 5 or 6 years out. And so these are these event horizons beyond which, there is so much at play, so many different directions it could go. I wouldn't dare to guess.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.